Well, hey guys, welcome back to another video. And today we're gonna talk about Tribbie because I got her, I raised her technically, good traces, not 4 piece yet, but I'm working on it. But anyways, as I promised before, I finally getting around to making this video, and I'll be honest, I've been kind of skylacking because so much other stuff been happening. Like I've been loving Rivals and I haven't been that interested to upload, but hey, you gotta upload eventually, and I gotta get locked in, right? I'm gonna talk about how to play she, what she does, how to build she efficiently, her team, best Lightcone, all that stuff. And this is not full on, like 100% factory crafted because I'm one person and I'm not exactly the smartest, but besides that, like I really love the character, and she like so easy. Like I think anyone can understand. She with like any like common information and stuff. So without wasting too much of your time, just I guess we could get started. And of course, like and subscribe if you like what you see. Okay, so obvious knowledge. Tribbie is a 5-star quantum harmony character that specializes in buffing your team while also dishing out all the damage. You might want to think of it like Topaz and Jade, but much bigger buffs, and her personal damage actually pretty nice. Like it's no main DPS kind, but in multi DPS comes, like it adds up. Her basic attack is similar to Jade, hits for blast and skills of Tribbie max HP, which you always be using a lot to compare to a skill, because a skill can give your whole ally 24% press pen, lasting for 3 turns, and it's similar to Ruan Mei and Yao Q, the fact that you see those little charges, and whenever 3 return, it will like lessen and lessen over time until you reapply it. But nifty thing about that, before entering battle, you can just use Tribbie technique that will apply the skill of rip, lasting for the same amount of duration by using the skill. So instead of just using the skill to apply it off rip, you can just be basic attacking until you reapply Tribbie skill. Then you got her ultimate, which hits for AoE, scaled up max HP, but then it creates a zone that lasts for 2 turns that make the enemy take increase 30% more damage. And also whenever your allies attack an enemy, you deal extra quantum damage based on Tribbie max HP, which you can see indicated when I use like Gallagher ultimate. You see that little purple number using 5 die Tribbie additional damage thanks to the ultimate. And for every instance of attack, the character that can do AoE or blast damage can really take advantage of this really well. And while this zone active, one of her traits, it actually makes it to where she gets some of HP based on all the allies on her team, so she can get even more HP until she can do even more damage. Like this just a really strong ultimate that you really want to get in quickly. And lastly, we got Tribbie Talent, which is a follow attack but a really interesting one, because when any of your allies using their ultimate, Tribbie will launch a follow attack hitting for AoE that does pretty decent damage and is a pretty hefty chunk of damage, especially if you have characters that can use their ultimate fast, with the caveat of the fact that each character can trigger Tribbie follow attack once before Tribbie casts her ultimate. To refresh, her follow attack thanks to a certain rock star who gets the ultimate back in 2 turns. I'm looking at you. And then another one of her traits that increases her damage dealt after she uses her follow attack by 72%. Like, that's a really big deal. Like an AoE situation, like that can actually do some really good damage. And then you got her last trait, so at the start of the battle, she will regenerate 30 energy back. And then the other thing is also when your allies attack enemy, she can also regenerate energy too. So that's kind of the basis of her kit, buffing the team up and doing personal damage. But one thing to note about Tribbie, her damage skills are max HP, crit rate, crit damage, and quantum damage bonus, while her buff scales of talent level. So to get the most of her buff, you max out her traces, and then for damage you just build her like a normal carry. But for how Tribbie skill works, the fact that it lasts for 3 turns, whenever Tribbie gets her turn and a bunch of her damage comes from her follow attack, She actually a character that actually want to be slow and you don't really want any speed, especially also with the new quantum set that decreases your speed and also giving you a large amount of crit rate. You don't have to worry about building speed on Tribbie because she doesn't really care for that. So she's pretty much a very easy character to build up and to get a lot of value about. All you gotta do is just build she up, but you do want to build up all her traces though because she needs every last one of it. Like the priorities, I would recommend ultimate, then the skill, then the talent, then the basic attack. And then level up all her traces, make sure she's max level because she got big amount of HP from being max level, and then she's pretty nice. But the one issue I can definitely see with Tribbie the fact that if you don't have a signature Lightcone, you might have some issues building up Tribbie Ultimate, but realistically probably one turn less than having her signature. Similar to Ruame or Robin, but I'll get to that when I talk about her Lightcone. But yeah, that's basically it for Tribbie Kit, pretty easy to understand, and since we discussed her kit, we're gonna have to give she a Lightcone, so we should talk about that now. So talking about her Lightcone, for obvious reason, her signature is just her best option. Give her a quick damage boost whenever she does a follow-up attack, she get even more energy, and give the whole team for doing a follow-up attack a quick damage buff. This Lightcone pretty much makes you universal in basically every team now. For how much stats to give, I had to get it, but realistically, if you don't have it or lost the 75-25, I know that pain, but she does have options because one dance are pretty nice Lightcones because advancing your character forward always nice, or you can go the Umbronia Lightcone for the extra recharge it can give. You're probably gonna lose out on the 40% damage bonus because on your DPS because it kind of has the speed tuned out when your character gets really slow, but it's good for the recharge for Tribbie Ultimate. But most likely I'll just go ER rope at that point and just go with the S5 DDD and use the Bronya Lightcone on someone else. And then for other options, other than Pfizer signature, which I doubt you have, and kind of specific for Tribbie because Tribbie want HP and recharge and crit stats. If you plan to use more quantum with it, you can definitely use the Asta Lightcone, or if you have the Battle Pass and you pick the Harmony Lightcone and you refine this, it can be a good option. Give the team and damage buff, recharge, or it's nice, that's a solid option. But if all else goes wrong, you can use the 3-star Machine Lightcone, which is kind of whatever because a 3-star for damage is kind of meh. But whenever you do get hit, you do get recharge back. So budget option or new players could use this Lightcone. I don't think Tribbie is Lightcone dependent. I definitely think she does get so much value from the Lightcone, but you do have options. But a lot of people probably just gonna use Dance or the Kenyon Lightcone from the Battle Pass, but you have options. So we got the Lightcones out of the way. We'll talk about her set. So when we're talking about the relic set, we got only a few options that's really strong for her. That being the new quantum set that just released with really good 2-piece quantum damage and the 4-piece decrease of speed. But in return, based on what the speed stat is, now you get a huge summer crit rate, and if you're under 95, you get 32% free crit rate. And as I discussed before with Tribbie, she doesn't mind being slow, even though in game she runs like freaking Sonic. So lowering your speed will not be a problem and make building Tribbie that was already so much more easier than usual even more easier because now you can build much more into crit damage and HP percent. But for alternatives, you could use the 4-piece quantum set, the old one, because death percent, ignoring that always nice. But since the new quantum set is paired up with the new set for remembering characters, I feel that one will take more precedence than the quantum set. But it can be an option, or you can go to quantum or to quantum to HP. That could be viable, but I'll say go with the new quantum set. Crit rate is king around these streets and very nice. And then for the main stat, you want if you go into new quantum set, always go crit damage. I went crit because for the life of me, I can never get crit damage 40 pace on the new set, so L me. My build still a work in progress. And for the boost, you go HP main stat. Simple enough, and then for the sub stat, you go crit rate, crit damage, HP, very simple. Then for your planar set, there's a few options you can go for. Like I think the number one thing I would recommend you go for the inner cell sort of set. Like you get a little boost to your crit rate, then a big boost to your ultimate and power damage with it like Tribbie main source of damage. That's like a no-brainer. I pretty much like one of the better options you can go for offensive set, but I went for the Von Wick set because for one, I have no good NSL startup pieces for my Tribbie. And you lose out on the advancing forward because you're not going to be at 120 speed, but at least you get like the recharge, which was like the only viable thing I had on my account. Another offensive set you could go for is like the Running Wolf set, because then Tribbie will be doing a fair amount of all attacks. You can definitely stack it up, but I would probably say NSL startup can still be better because you're also increasing the ultimate. But if you have like mono quantum or any like quantum characters on your team, you can go the line of the dream set to increase Tribbie recharge and give your team some damage bonus, or the Sunken Sea set and give your team an attack buff. Like you have option. And then for the rope, like I'll go HP, but if you feel like Tribbie lacking recharge or not getting it all quick enough, like you can definitely go ER rope. And then for the orb, it kind of depends on which one you have better substats on between quantum damage bonus and HP. Like if you have higher crit value on the HP orb, it can outdo like a crappy like quantum orb. So you're gonna have to like compare like which one you have the best piece of and go from that. So with that out of the way, we can talk about the best teams now. So for the team, like res pen and making the enemy take 30% more damage, like the amount of team comps like Tribbie can actually be in is like, it's not even a joke. Like there's options like upon options. So I want to talk about the better ones, and the one I found the most value with in my account is like with Rapper and a flex spot, because instead of few, I have one break team with my Poodle team, and then this flex spot with like Rapper that was actually surprisingly good in this rotation of MLC. Surprisingly good with Rapper and a super break team, because with the buff and 3% damage, it was pretty nice. And another one is with this team you see here with my E2 Akron, like it's a Honkai character that can help out. So on the E2 Akron, like of course it's pretty good. And then you got the character she was advertised for, which is the Hertip, because for one, she's like amazing with the Hertip. Like I remember my friend who has the Hertip and Tribbie like got like a 2-player in this rotation with Tribbie. Like it makes me sad that I lost my 50-50 on the Hertip, like for real. Like another team I think Tribbie works well in is Genuine, because like other than the main piece that you need for Genuine, the fact that the fourth spot can always be a flex spot, and Tribbie works pretty well here. But I think the two big ones, especially the reason why I pull for Tribbie is, for one, it works really well with Blade, because Blade is a character that always benefits from like having like multi DPS pump, and this is like one of the pieces, especially if you don't have Jade, that can really help out Blade. And similar thing go for Mighty, because again, Blade and Mighty are pretty similar, and Tribbie just help these types of characters out. So if you do plan on getting both Mighty and Tribbie, like when Mighty comes out soon, like that can be pretty good, or you plan on skipping both of them for like the next part, like that's pretty reasonable. And then for the last team I'm going to talk about is Mono Quantum with QQ. Like I love this team to death. Like it's pretty fun just exploding stuff with QQ, and now with Tribbie, like it's really fun. But you really have like so much option with Tribbie because Honkai characters are so universal. Okay, that's about it. So let's talk about the Eidolons now. So for Eidolon, do know they're much more expensive to go for down her signature Lightcone, but if you do want to go for Tribbie Eidolons, well, here you go. E1, while you're in the zone of the ultimate, Tribbie give her team 24% true damage additionally with all her buffs, so that's just crazy overall because we've seen how crazy that is with Remembrance MC and tacked on with all the other buffs Tribbie offer, like damn. Like that's just the classic E1 bait, like for all the reasons, like really good. E2 is actually disgusting because that extra instant of quantum damage after in the zone when you ally that attack gets increased and you deal 1 instant of damage. So like we've seen how good it is already, so like even more, especially where your blast goes crazy for real. Tribbie E3 is her ultimate and basic attack gets increased talent level, so that's a decent roll. E4 is actually really insane because one, while Tribbie's skill is active, all allies can ignore 18% of the enemy defense, which is just really good overall. E5 is the talent and skill. Talent level goes up. E6 is kind of what you expect from a broken E6. So for one, the follow-up attack multiplier get increased to disgusting ungodly amounts. I don't think they're gonna hit more harder than the biggest nuke we have in this world, like deadass, because that's how insane it is. Like I was already hitting like 100k on that already, so like I can't even imagine how high you can probably get that power attack to go now. And they will hurt Island, but I would say if you want to basically invest in Tribbie, I'll go for like first, then go for Island and for like a stopping point, like whatever the heck, how much money you have to rip apart, because legit all Tribbie Island apart from like E3 and 5 are pretty good realistically, because all her Eidolon just really worthwhile to go for. Like you want to be an insane damage deal or a good stopping point could just be E2 like any normal like character. But do get the Lightcone first. But yeah, that's about it for the vertical investment side. Alright, so we at the part of the video where I talk to you about things you should probably consider before going for Tribbie, or you probably went for Tribbie already because I'm kind of like skylacking. But anyways, like the thing with Tribbie, like any Harmony character and style, any horror game period, I think is like really worthwhile to get in my opinion, because all of them just provide so much value. Like I think I have like all the Harmony characters on my account that are in Star Rail. But depending on how deep your account is already, or what kind of investment you have, or what you plan to go for, like a lot of people are probably gonna skip Tribbie because a lot of people are really just like hard saving for cash first because that's how popular she is, and I can't blame you, she's gorgeous as sin. But Tribbie like character that's probably gonna be paid up with Casper because like Mighty is good with Tribbie and Mighty or Bullet is gonna be paid up with Casper because that's kind of how Casper's kit works. But realistically, like you can have a lot of options. Like you don't need to pull for Tribbie. Like I'll pull she because I'm trying now to like really invest into my account and really put in that work. But realistically, like if you don't want she, don't go for she. But if you do go for she, like you will not regret this character. But if you don't want her, like you don't need to pull her. Simple as that. And yeah, that's about it. Sorry for like a consistency with the channel. Like this kind of been burnt out with like a lot of stuff, and I've been kind of trying to take a break off of this, but realistically, I was gonna come back eventually. I wasn't gonna hard quit to like. I'm not about that life, but I definitely slowed down a lot, especially with like a lot of personal stuff. But I'll try to get back eventually. But yeah, thanks for the support the last video. But yeah, that's about it. So guys, thanks for watching. I do appreciate you for sure. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see or find this video helpful. I do appreciate it, and I have my Discord server. I'll link down in the description where you can talk to me or anyone in my community. So if you're feeling kind of dark, want someone to talk to, or just feeling like want to yap about something, like come by. I'd love to see you there. But with all that said, take care, love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.